So, what did this march accomplish? Or did it accomplish anything at all? Well, joining me now to discuss how the Americans feel about the government shutdown and what they're doing is General Ernest Lee Drive, coordinator for the Ride for the Constitution, and Mike Bethloy. He's a trucker, and both of them took part in the rally over this weekend. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. So, from a trucker's point of view, let's start with you, Ernest. What happened? What was the point of this rally?
Yesterday's rally or Friday and Saturday. We actually had two different purposes. Number one, lots of information for this can be found obviously on ridefortheconstitution.org. There's also a secondary Facebook page that is just on fire. It's called the 1,000 Mile March Facebook page. What was the purpose? Let me just focus on yesterday. Yesterday, because Friday and Saturday are complicated, long, hard to understand, really, lots of different issues. Saturday was nothing but for support of our veterans in protest of all these barricades that are put up everywhere in our national parks, especially blocking out our World War II veterans. This president has gone way too far, way out of bounds. And I issued him a personal warning in a Facebook post last night about midnight. And from what I understand, that they were in the process of putting the barricades back in place around that memorial there. I'm calling on the American people to join me. These barricades everywhere are coming down.
So what are the goals of your group? What are the goals that you are trying to push forward moving beyond, Mike?
Bring back America.
In what way?
For one, we need to refresh our government, for one. We need to get those that are following the Constitution, the original standards set by our forefathers, and bring them back. Now, unless we do that, we're just going to end up like any other democracy in history, and we're just going to fold.
Ernest, how do you see us bringing back those constitutional rights?
The constitutional rights, this government, what has happened progressively over the last 100 years is an agenda has been advanced at bigger and bigger government in this country, taking away the rights, the freedoms, and everything guaranteed to us in the Constitution. So many changes need to be made. I don't mean these to come across as threats, but I want every elected official and non-elected official, every official in the government to understand, we the people are angry. We have been pushed too far. 2014 is coming, 2016 is coming. We want to be the tsunami that crashes over Washington, D.C., and this wave is building. And
so, Ernest,
y'all don't even understand that.
So over here, what do you blame? Obviously you blame Congress. Do you blame Democrats? Do you blame Republicans? Do you blame both? I also heard that you guys want to impeach Obama. Is that true?
President Obama, with his disrespect of our veterans, disrespect of so many things that are traditionally have always been American. His fundamental transformation of America, to me and to the people of this country, finally we understand. In 2008, we were listening to what he said. He sounded like he was Ronald Reagan, and here he was, our opportunity to take and bring the nation together. All faiths, all races, everything, truly unite and really move forward. I bought into all that. I have been betrayed as he has betrayed this entire country. Yes, Obama needs to go, but also so do the members of the House and Senate. There's only a handful that are worth having. Career politicians, your time is over. It's done. Over the next 2 years, peaceful and lawfully, we, the people, will take control of the country. One other thing, dear. I know I'm running along, and it's your show. I'm also the National Grassroots Ambassador for the Convention of States Project. This group, just to sum it up very quickly and succinctly, this group is putting into practice a plan that they had that is all covered in Mark Levin's latest book, The Liberty Amendments.
So just to break it down, yes or no, do you blame both houses of Congress?
I blame everybody in government,
Okay,
both houses of government and the Supreme Court. They are out of control. They've forgotten their place. They serve the people. We are not servants.
So, but at the same time, when we have these arguments about getting these people out, year after year after year, they are in fact reelected. This 2012 cycle would be a good example of that. So obviously the people are still supporting them, whether or not they agree with congressional gridlock right now, right?
Can I address that for a minute?
Of course.
I did something called the 1,000-Mile March for Liberty this summer. Left from Memphis, Tennessee, July the 4th, arrived in Washington, D.C., September 2nd. I figured somebody had to do something. If not me, who? If not now, when? The people in this country suffer from a lethargic, apathetic, false sense of well-being. They don't understand not only how far this has gone, but how far it's going. Obamacare will be the total economic destruction of the United States of America.
At the same time, let me stop you there, because you guys say that you support the Constitution.
Yes, we do.
However, this wasn't constitutionally upheld. It was upheld by the Supreme Court, voted on. So how can we say that we support the Constitution if we are against Obamacare, which has been supported?
Well, it's been supported by the Supreme Court. The decision reached by the Supreme Court
It was also passed by Congress.
Well, it was passed by a democratically controlled Congress.
And President Obama was also reelected on this.
Well, you know, I understand that, and I tell you what, it will be the destruction of the nation. It will be. The people will not stand for it. And I know everybody is saying all these things. It's the law. You know what else was law? Slavery was once law. Should that have remained? It's the law of the land. Prohibition was a constitutional amendment. Should that have remained? That was law of the land. A bad law is a bad law is a bad law.
And apparently that bad law is worth shutting down the government for. General Ernest Lee Drive, coordinator of the Ride for the Constitution, and trucker Mike Bethy. Thank you so much for joining me. Bethway.